Okay. Data security technologies. First one, data auditing. Okay. What is data auditing? Means data auditing is the process of performing a data audit to assess how the data of the company is fit for the purpose in questions. Okay, this includes analyzing the data and assessing the effect of results of low quality on the efficiency and profitability of the company. It may involve assessing the validity of the data sources, which can be implemented in the manner in which banks, which credit rating agencies conduct due diligence with regard to the handling of raw data provided by companies, in particular detecting defective data. Okay, and data auditing may also refer to a systems audit to determine its effectiveness in fulfilling its function. This can, for example, include reviewing the IT department's information systems to assess if they are successful at maintaining sensitivity, data integrity, and it will detect theft, intrusions, and other security problems as an auditing tool. Okay, and second one is data real-time monitoring. Okay, data real-time monitoring is important to protect an enterprise as it provides technology professionals with ability to track and control computer data use and usage through dynamic information and technology application with visual visibility into the data. The data can come from sources such as web logs, digital transaction used for the program. Next one is data risk assessment. Data risk assessments help companies identify their most overexposed confidential data and offer clear and repeatable measures to evaluate and address critical safety threats. The cycle starts with the detection of confidential data obtained by global classes, expired data, and or incoherent permissions. Okay, and risk analysis outline key results, reveal vulnerabilities in the data, and include a thorough description of each weakness and provide suggestion for prioritized remediation. Next one is data minimization. IT administration over the last decade has seen a revolution over data interpretation. Previously, it was almost always easier to provide more data than fewer. You will never be sure what you would like to do about it ahead of time. So data is a liability today. The possibility of reputation destroying, misuse of privacy, damage in the millions, or strict administrative fineness both strengthen the assumption that obtaining something above the required volume of confidential data is incredibly risky. So, to this end, follow best practice in data minimization and review from a company standpoint all data processing requirement and procedures. Next, last but not the least, under data security technology, purge stale data. Data which is not on your network or data which cannot be compromised. Put in system that can track access to files and archive unused files automatically. In the new era of periodic acquisition, recognition, and synergistic relocations, networks of any substantial scale are very likely to have several forgotten serves that are left running for no apparent cause. Okay, so next, how do you ensure data security? Okay, uh, under this there are three methods. First one is quarantine sensitive files. Second one is track user behavior against data groups, and third one is respect data privacy. What is quarantine sensitive files? Okay, a data processing novice mistakes puts a confidential file on a share which is available to the whole business. Using data management tools to easily gain hold of the files, which constantly classifies confidential files and transfer data to a secure location. And then second one is track user behavior against data groups. The common concept in a company pledging rights administration is over permissioning. Okay, the temporary projects of rights granted on the network quickly becomes a convoluted system of interdependencies, which results in user collectively having access to much more network data than they need for their position. So reduce the risk to device with data production tools that tracks user activity and automatically placed controls in order to suit the behavior. Next one is respect data privacy. Okay, data privacy is a distinct aspect of cybersecurity that deals with individual rights and the proper handling of data that is under your control. Okay, next move on to the next slide. Types of data security control. Okay, what are the types in data security control means? First one is authentication, second one is access control, next backups and recovery, and fourth one is encryption, and fifth one is data masking and tokenization. Final one is deletion and erasure. First, you should know the value of data security will help you draft a data production strategy. There are several tools and systems for data management that will promote the efficiency of the enterprise while safeguarding the data. First one, what is authentication? Authentication is one of the preferred approaches to improve cyber protection and defend against cyber hacks along with authorization. Authentication code takes whether passwords from a recipient fit those registered in the database. And then typical authentication methods of today involve the use of variety of ways to recognize an authenticated user, such as passwords, pins, identification codes, swipe key, or biometrics. Then authentication is made easier by means of a single sign-on technology, which allows an authenticated user access to multiple system, platforms, and application with one security token. Authorization technology determines what is allowed on your website or server for an authenticated user to do or view. So this is authentication. And next one is access control. Authentication and authorization occurs through the process called the control of access, which means access control. Uh, Access control systems can include, first one is discretionary, which means the least restrictive. The least restrictive access control that allows access to resource based on user identity or group identity. And the second one is role access control that assigns access based on organizational role and allows user to access only specific information. And next, mandatory access control that allows system administrator to strictly control access to all information. Okay, and next type is backups and recovery. Uh, Prioritizing data management often includes a strategy for how to manage data from the organization and client in case of network malfunction, accident, cyber theft, or intrusion. It is an essential practice to do daily data backups to assess with the connection. Data backup requires making and saving a copy of the records on a different device or medium such as a, CD, disk, or computer. You can then use the backup to restore missing records. Next one is encryption. Using an algorithm called CIPHR. Using an algorithm called a CIPHR and an encryption key to convert regular text into encrypted CIPHR text. Data encryption software effectively improves data protection, and the CIPHR data should be unreadable to an unauthorized user. So then only a user with a with an approved key can decrypt the info. So encryption is used to encrypt the data that you hold and data that is shared between computers, mobile device, and the cloud. Okay. You need to safely maintain your encryption keys, including securing your sensitive security systems, maintaining a safe offsite encryption backup, and limiting access. So this is called encryption. And next one is data masking. So data masking applications mask data by obscuring proxy character, letters, and numbers. The evidence behind the masking is still there. The app only transfers the data back to their original state when it is accessed by an authorized person. And next one is tokenization. Tokenization replaces confidential data with non-algorithmically reversible random characters. So the relationship between the data and its token value is stored in a secure database lookup table instead of being generated by a mathematical algorithm. So and decrypted. The token representing the true data is used as a substitute in various networks, while the real data is stored on a separate Protected database. And last one is deletion and erasure. When electronic data is no longer required and must be permanently cleaned out of the system, erasure can override the data in such a way that it is irreversible. And eraser is distinct from destruction, which is method that actually conceals data in such a manner that it is easy to recover. So these are the types of data security control. Okay, next on next video we will see what is data recovery and what are the causes. Everything we will see on next video.